Well, hey neighbors, and welcome to the Shed Shop. I'll try to look at both cameras. I've got Dion on one camera and our MS880 owner and MS361 purchaser, Jason, on the other camera. We are here with the STIHL 064 neighbors, and I did you dirty. Will you pause your camera? Okay, I got some numbers here for you, some different specifications, and I'm going to tell you everything I did to this saw. To start out, this is the 064 Fever lot. You can find that playlist and find eventually all of the footage that I have from this saw and the other saws that I got in that lot. They were all one owner saws from an elderly gentleman that had decided it was time to hang it up in life because his health was preventing him from working as much as he used to. His saws had sat in under the lean-all outside for about 3 to 4 years, and he finally decided they're just sitting there. I'm gonna go ahead and sell a bunch of my stuff. And so I fortunately was the lucky one that got to purchase them. Rob Weaver purchased the first 028 from that lot, and that top end was beautiful, but he wanted a super, so we put a Meteor top end on that one, and I have that one owner good top end still. And then shithead across the street, neighbor Blake, I gave the other 028 to, and that saw again, everything is, they might have some scars and scratches and some fading, but they're beautiful inside. Okay, so with that, I feel like this is essentially like one of those barn finds, like it was dirty, disgusting, filthy, full of rancid gas. All the rubbers around the fuel were bad. The AV mounts were actually in fantastic condition, except one, surprisingly. And so I'm really excited to see if this saw is going to start. Now, I will tell you, most of the information I find on the internet says this is an aluminum cylinder with chrome plating. I can honestly say I do not always know for certain which it is, and I've asked several guys. And the funny thing about the internet is you go on the internet and you get told 10,000 different things about the same saw, and oftentimes only 2 of the 10,000 are actually right. So I do the best I can to bring you the accurate facts, the accurate statistics, and the reason I say that is because there's always the great debate of hone or not to hone on two-stroke stuff like chainsaws, and then it goes further than that. You got the guys that say hone, yes they hone, but then you have guys on both sides. You can and you can't hone chrome plated cylinders. And so for me, I feel like I have had chrome cylinders that I have done ball hones on before, but not like old home lights or anything like that, just steels. Okay, so to my knowledge, according to the best stuff I could find on the internet, most of the statistics on this saw say it is an aluminum cylinder with chrome plating. And so this saw, the 064, was introduced in 1986, the year after I was born. The bore measurement on this was 51.97 millimeter. The ring gap obviously is brand new because I've put caber rings in this. Now it had a ring gap of I think 0.026. It was somewhere in between 0.026 and 0.028, which for a 52 millimeter bore, that's actually a really good ring gap. So even though it was ugly and looked like the saw had a long life where it had the shit beat out of it, that wasn't the case. The inside, it doesn't lie. The feeler gauge doesn't lie. Okay, so this is an 85 cc chainsaw, you guys. It's 5.18 cubic inches for those of us in America. STIHL advertises this to have 6.3 horsepower. I think it probably has more. I did go ahead and do a base gasket delete, and our squish I think was like 0.028 or 0.029 on this. I wish we could have got a little lower, but I don't have a lathe or anything, and I don't know about cutting cylinder bases yet. It has a 40 millimeter stroke, 1.5 millimeter thick rings. Again, the internet says it's chrome plated aluminum. The intake method, this is a piston ported saw. It's got a die cast magnesium case. The fuel capacity is enough to keep your body hydrated all damn day. It holds 0.84 liters of fuel for you Brits, and for us Americans, that's 1.77 pints. That's almost a quart of fuel in a chainsaw. You would typically find this is going to have 3/8 on it, but they also did put it out with a 404 pitch steel rapid chain, and the recommended bar length for this is 16 to 36 inches. But any of you that know about this saw, the guys that are chainsaw guys out there, know we can run bigger, and we're going to. Right now, I have a 28-inch 3/8 bar and chain on it, and I purchased this on eBay. The guy said he refurbished it, but he definitely didn't. I had to do a lot more work. I don't know how sharp the chain is. I've not sharpened it at all, so we're going to hope it's okay, but we're not cutting with it in this video. This is a will it be redeemed. And I guess I should have told you that at the beginning. You guys see Fatty Bunting's trying to get her bone. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, that is her bone. Okay, so now what have I done to this saw? As I told you, I honed the cylinder with a 420 grit silicone oxide ball hone, and I'm nervous as hell because obviously, of course, when I said that on the internet, I got comments that said, I was told you can't hone chrome, you never hone chrome, you just ruined that, blah, 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 so we're going to find out. But let's see, we did a new fuel line on this. It is aftermarket. I tried to find an OEM for the entire 2 months I've had this saw. No luck. The OEM ones I ordered were not the same style, so we had to alter just slightly an aftermarket fuel line. It's got a new OEM impulse hose. Let's see, I did the sealing rings on both the oil cap and the gas cap. I have not put new rope in this bitch because it's got massive rope and I don't have rope this size, but I probably will replace that. We've torn the whole recoil apart and ultrasonic washed everything, obviously. It's got all 5 AV mounts have been replaced. We have 4 OEMs. Our 2 rears are OEM. Our side is OEM. And our front is, this is actually not new. It's got 4 new AV mounts. This one was OEM. I did not have one in stock, and so for now I've just put that one in there. And then the small front one, I didn't have OEM either, and so that's got an aftermarket one for now. We did the new caber rings. It's got a new fuel pickup body, a new spark plug, a new oil pickup, a new oil feed tube. I need to rebuild the clutch. I'm going to do that, but I was excited to cut with it today. So we're going to put brand new OEM steel clutch springs on it, and then we will be doing something to open up this muffler. I can tell you right now, this 064 muffler, Ace, the arborist, will tell you, it has a baffle, but the size of the holes in the baffle are astonishing. So I think I will likely be removing the baffle and doing a dual port muffler out here. I have not decided yet, but we will find out. Okay, this is an 85cc saw with no decom valve. If you're not new to the channel, you know I'm a gimp and I'm disabled. So worst case scenario, if I cannot pull cord on this biatch, Jason's going to do it for me. Okay, so if you guys just bear with me here, Dion will help me make sure we edit some of this shit out. Because Adam Hayes says, shirtless water drinking. Sorry, I don't think you guys much care to see me tucking in my shirt. Alright, let's see what the hell happens, neighbors. Go full choke and see if I can pull this damn cord. It's gonna hurt like hell. Yeah, she's strong. I might have to do it this way. Uh-oh, neighbors. Our chain is caught. Okay, did you bar this up wrong, Jason? Do I have to fire you?
Hell, I might have.
Let's find out. Because our brake is disengaged. Yeah, that's a lot of compression, you guys, and the rings aren't even seated. Woo, that's a hard cord to pull. But it's a one owner OEM cylinder. There's no way in hell I'm changing this thing. No way in hell. That's real hard to find a good OEM cylinder on a saw this old with that little hours on it. We did notice this was spinning kind of. Wasn't this the one that we were having a hard time with? Yeah, see, it's spinning right there.
Yeah, it's real tight for some reason.
But it's spinning freely. Alright, we'll try again, neighbors. Actually, we'll just go ahead and take this off. I just don't prefer to try and tune a saw, semi-tune it for break-in without the bar and chain. But we don't really need that, so we'll just leave all that off. Oh, I probably shouldn't have choked it, damn it. Okay, come on, baby. Can't get on my screw. Gotta lean around a bit. Why can't I get on my adjustment screws, damn it? That's a hard idle screw to turn. Definitely oiling good, neighbor. So, we're just gonna babysit this. Struggling to get her. She might have an air leak still. I had a real hard time getting the intake shield, the grommet there, to line up right on the intake boot. But also sometimes rings are easy to break in and seat, and sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. Okay, basically guys, I'll do this part and listen, 064 fever. We're getting high on chainsaws today. It's Saturday, what, October 7th, I think? Or is it 8th, guys? I'm asking.
Oh, wow.
Cameraman. Nobody knows. Okay, we know it's somewhere in October, early October.
7.
Yeah, October 7th, guys. And we're gonna babysit this, and then we're gonna go play with some more saws. SmallEngineRedemption@gmail.com. If you might be interested in purchasing this, if it goes up for sale. The price tag, $100 trillion million billion dollars. Okay, I will not take any pennies less. I know what I have, neighbors. Also, I have an MS200T that's $100 trillion million billion dollars too, for anybody else that might be interested in that. So thank you to neighbor Dion and neighbor Jason. You guys go in the comments and tell them they did a good job on the camera work. And remember, until next time, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. Let's get to work, damn it, neighbors.